Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, all you beautiful gems out there? Hope you guys are having an amazing day, living in your light, living in your truth, knowing that you are abundance, prosperity, love, light, soul, the self, all that good stuff. So, you got something I want to discuss real quick, and that's going to be pertaining to the topic of owning your quote unquote flaws. So, typically with our flaws, typically when it comes to flaws, it's something that someone else points out to us rather than us coming to observe ourselves in most cases, from my experience anyway. And these flaws may tend to be characteristics and traits that other people deem undesirable, unfavorable, unlikable, extra, whatever you want to call it. It's qualities and aspects about yourself or another person that they don't like. And usually they don't like those things because those are traits that they actually have themselves, but they try to turn a blind eye to what they got going on, and instead they project their fears and their insecurities on you. But the thing that you and others consider a flaw in your life is actually a superpower that has yet to be discovered and realized. And and the proof is this right here. So one of the things that's considered a flaw of mine in the light of my wife and possibly some other people is my childlike and comedic nature. And also it may be how laid back I am. But with that childlike nature and that comedic nature that I have, I actually know how to win people pretty good. Like I'm a very likable and favorable person. That's just something that I realize. That's just something that I know about myself. I can hold a conversation with any and all people, no matter your background, no matter your sexual orientation, no matter the culture that you grew up in, no matter your friend group. I can hold a conversation with anyone. But it's with that poisonous that I have that I can even do that. I literally have the ability to adjust on the fly. I can make adjustments on the fly with almost anything. So I'm a very flexible person. So that just all ties into the way in which I engage with people socially. And in terms of my laid back nature, I'm a very chill person. I'm a very chill person. I have the ability to see the light. I have the ability to see the light in any situation. And sometimes that's just a quality and an aspect that people don't like, because it's like with them going through certain experiences and me having the ability to see the light in any and all situations that I'm going through or anyone else going through, it kind of brings about the possibility of them reconsidering their situation and their circumstance that they find themselves in. Because if I can find a light in your situation, like say for instance, you lost your job, and you're out of a relationship now. Like those situations are unfavorable to you. This is someone that you've been in a relationship with for 5 years. You've been working at this job for 5 years as well, and this is your only source of income. However, in terms of that situation, I can see the light within that. So let's say, for instance, okay, you have all, those are your scenarios. You're not a heavy spender. Like, you was never a heavy spender in terms of, you was never a heavy spender. So almost every paycheck that you got within that 5 year time frame, you saved it. So within 5 years, you managed to save, let's say you managed to save $25,000 for 5 years. and in the relationship that you found yourself in, it was kind of on the verge of collapsing anyway. It was just that you was holding it together because of the time and energy you guys invested in one another. But you actually, deep down, you actually wanted to separate from this person. And in terms of that job, you actually wanted to leave that job as well, but you just didn't feel secure enough to do it. But you wanted to quit that job because you have this business venture that you want to explore. But you was looking for comfort and security, and that job was it. So now the job's gone. So what do you do now? So that's how you felt. But now that you're out of that job and out of that relationship, now you have so much time and energy to place back into yourself, to actually invest in your dreams and your visions and your passions. You have all the time in the world to do that. That's the light. That's absolutely the light. Like, you actually have so much time and energy. You have so much time and energy at your disposal. At your disposal, that you can like rebrand yourself and transform yourself in the way that you desire to. And that's just like one of the abilities that I have. But there are some things that I consider flaws. I consider flaws, personally. In terms of the way I think. And it definitely ties into my easygoing nature. So there's a difference between being easy and being lazy. Thin line between it, though. Very thin line. It's all about action. So sometimes I can be so relaxed and so comfortable that I don't make any of the moves that I know I could be making that'll benefit me, and it'll help me in terms of my manifestation process. Sometimes I do indulge in, sometimes I do overindulge in relaxation. And when I do that, I just think about, after I'm done relaxing, I just reflect on what all could have been done had I done the work first and then relaxed later. And that's something that's definitely been catching up to me too. It's like it fluctuates, but I've been more on, been more on the side that I don't want to be in terms of that. But I mean, just today while I was at work, I just thought about it. I just reflected on it, and I told myself I can make this easiness serve me. I can make it to where in the beginning it can be considered laziness, but in fact it's just me being easygoing and smooth sailing. So exactly what can I do to transmute that energy of complacency and laziness? Like, how can I transmute that into action? And it was with that thought that I just really thought about this whole topic in general. So like, I mean, yeah, like your flaws, your insecurities, they definitely have the ability to be superpowers if you actually will them. If you will them with intention, pure intention. If you back any action up with pure, genuine intention, you cannot lose. But the process, it can be very lengthy and it can become exhausting. And you may not see the evidence of the intent that you put that you put behind things, momentarily. But I assure you, just hold on, man. Just hold on. Keep going. Keep practicing your faith. Keep doing that, and then eventually you're gonna arrive to where you want to be. So for me, like I say, I'm a very social person. Now I've definitely experienced a couple of burns. I put myself out there for people, and I get burned. But I didn't get burned. It wasn't a burning that they caused onto me. It was really a burning that I caused onto myself, because I put myself out there not with the intent to establish a sense of community. I was putting myself out there to people because I felt lonely. I felt like no one around me understood me, no one would accept me. So rather than me turning inward and, loving myself unconditionally, accepting myself unconditionally, forgiving myself unconditionally, rather than me doing those things, I looked outward and I seeked all those things within other people. And I realized that people couldn't give me what I wanted. You can't give me what I want because what I'm asking for, it may come off as too much to you. But it's just the right amount for me though. To have that to have and experience that unconditional love, that unconditional acceptance, that unconditional forgiveness. No one can give me that the way that I can get at myself. And it was with that situation that I've gone through with my friend and my wife that I've actually come to understand that. So now, I just have a whole I just have a whole new I just have a whole new respect for myself. And I'm treating myself, I'm loving myself, I'm accepting myself, I'm forgiving myself for the things that I've done, the things that I've yet to do, the things that I'm currently doing. Because I know how important it is for me to actually show up for me. When I show up for me, the concept of necessity goes out the window. I'm beyond anything considered a necessity. It's not necessary. I don't need it. It's not mandatory for me to move on. It's not mandatory for me to grow. All I need to do is believe in my abilities, to believe in me. And matter of fact, I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna take it beyond belief. I need to know me. Cause I mean, I need to know me. If anything, that's all I need to do. If there's anything I need to know me. So I'm taking the time to do that. I'm taking the time to do that, and me actually um, accompanying my intentions with pure generosity. I'm winning, man. I've manifested the the job position that I wanted at this company that I'm working for. Me and my wife, our relationship and communication is actually improved through me actually just being rather than trying to be. Um, and in terms of that friend who um, I parted ways with, we actually communicating again. So I actually reached out to her. I reached out to her last Friday because I was just worrying about her. I was just thinking about it, and my ego isn't too big to where I can't reach out to someone and ask them, are they okay? How are you doing? Just to let them know that I actually value you and care for you. Even if you told me that you don't want to talk to me again, I'm not begging to come back into your life. I'm not begging. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit on feelings that if they go unexpressed and I don't allow them to move, that I will later, feel a sense of regret for. I don't want that. So that's what I felt because I was debating on whether or not I was actually going to reach out. I was debating on whether I just ask her, is she okay, or or do I just not? There we go. Or do I just not say anything because she made her stance clear. She made her stance perfectly clear to me that our relationship is over and just to go our separate ways. So all that she made evident. But even with that, I still felt that she didn't really feel that way. I really, I really felt that she was operating from a place of hurt rather than her heart. And we actually talked. I reached out Friday, let her know that I just wanted to check in to see how she was doing. I'm not trying to be intrusive or try to crawl back to your life. I just want to know, are you okay? Like despite what was said and what was done, um, I know you care about me. I know you care for me, and I know that the way you responded was from a place of hurt. Your heart wasn't in that. That was all hurt. I understand that. I just want to know, are you okay? That's all I want to know. Once again, I'm not being intrusive. I'm not trying to make my way back into your life. I'm not trying to get into your business. I'm just letting you know. I just want to know are you okay? Because I value you. Still, I love you. Still, I respect you. Still, and that won't change. And then she responded by letting me know that she missed me. And she did reach out to me twice, but I didn't respond because I wasn't ready. So I wanted to get back. If I was going to respond, I wanted to wait until I was in a good place in terms of my healing process. But I got to that point. And I got to that point, I reached out, we communicated. She let me know that she missed me. And she gave me her number. She got a new phone. Um she got a new phone, so she gave me her number. Um and then we just I called her. Spoke for a moment, spoke for a while, then got the phone, then she called me. And then we spoke for about like 45 minutes or so. And we throughout that time we was just talking about what was done, the changes that have been made, in the wake of that situation. And she actually made changes that I'm very proud of her for. I'm very proud of her for making these changes, because these are the things that she wanted to do while we were still talking, but she didn't do it because she was waiting for outside confirmation and validation rather than knowing and believing in herself and her processes. She was waiting for somebody else to give her some news on this particular thing, that way she can make a move. But she already knew the move that she needed and wanted to make. She just didn't have the confidence to do it, because that, like, she, even though where she was undesirable, it still gave her a sense of security. But going against the grain, that was a no for her at the time. But you know through you know through our situation, with what happened with our situation, I felt that the energy behind that was definitely beneficial, because okay, like, now the person that you felt had your back the whole time, the person that you felt had your back the whole time, you guys are no longer talking at the moment. So you feel alone. You don't feel like you have anyone. So what do? You know, if you don't have anyone, you got to have you. And then you have a child. There's a child in the mix too. So you got to show up for you. You got to show up for you to show up for her. And I felt that she felt the magnitude of that situation, and she transmuted that. She transmuted it in a way that was desirable and favorable for her. And I am so proud of her for doing that. Me, on the other hand, once I came out to her and my wife about, you know, my boundaries and what I'm willing to negotiate, my nonconformities, my values, once I came out to them in terms of that and got the outcome that I got, I was preparing myself to be alone. Because okay, I'm out of this friendship. My wife might feel funny about me now. So what I do? I'm not gonna crawl. I'm not crawling to nobody. I'm not begging nobody for nothing. I got me. I know I got me. Even with a situation that's undesirable and unfavorable like this, I got me. I got it. I'm good, man. Things may appear to be, things may appear to be going bad for me on the surface, but underneath the surface, I know everything is good, man. Everything is good. All is well and always is. Light is always present. Like, even in the dark, light is present. So I mean, it's just all about perspective. And I chose to see opportunity. I chose to see the opportunity in everything that I was going through. You can call it a loss. I call it opportunity. It's all about perspective, baby. That's all. That's what it is, man. Loss. Let opportunity soar swiftly. So I decided to do that. And and me doing that, I won. I started feeling like I was winning in life, even if my circumstances said otherwise. I felt like a winner, so I started to act like a winner. And then came the manifestations, the the job position in which I've envisioned, my relationship improving, me actually living in my truth and my authenticity, and me just simply being. I was doing all those things now, but Sometimes it just takes some shit to come about and shake things up to make you see what's really going on, to make you see what's really important. And that's what happened. With that, with the ending of that friendship, I found like I finally tapped into me. That was my breaking point right there. Because this is someone who I actually felt genuinely accepted by, and then that person exited my life. So now I'm just left with me again. But that's the thing though. Like that's why it's so important for you to know yourself, because with like whenever you don't fully know yourself, you're gonna try to find yourself in other people, and in the event those people depart from your life, you're gonna feel lonely, and that's what I felt. Honestly, the weight that I felt on my shoulders, and that friendship coming to an end versus the possibility of my marriage coming to the end, it was completely different, because that was like really like the way I felt about this person was so different. It was different in comparison to how I felt about my wife, because with my wife I didn't feel genuinely accepted, especially how I am now, with me practicing my spirituality and me actually being. But with this person, I actually felt all those things. So to finally feel the acceptance and the unconditional love from someone that I was so desperately looking for and finally getting, and to be without that, it shook my whole foundation. It routed my whole foundation, man. Um, but despite that, despite that, I'm just always thinking about the bigger picture. I'm always thinking about how I can improve, like how I can show up and show out. And so, thus the acronym for loss was born. In that chaotic moment, in that chaotic moment, my higher self and my higher being summoned, that positivity, that positive energy. I was supplied with that positive energy, and I kept it moving. And I just realized so much in that moment, that I just realized so much in that dark period of time, man. That despite how dark it gets, the light is always present. Um, but that moment was seriously beautifully chaotic, man. It was beautifully chaotic. Through the chaos, I found beauty within the chaos, and that's beyond possible, because whenever there's like there can be like a severe thunderstorm or like heavy rainfall, sun come and the sun becomes visible once again, and you'll see the most beautifulest, grandest rainbow ever. So beauty and chaos, there's this simultaneously. It's just all about our perspective. What are we going to focus our attention on? And for me, I chose to focus and center my attention on me. I started thinking about how I can show up and improve, and how I can show out. How can I get myself to the next level? How can I secure this manifestation that I've so desperately wanted? And I found a way through that period. I found a way, and now in the position that I'm in now, things are just going so good, man. Like I said, like I'm feeling great about me. I'm just simply being. I'm not forcing anything. Um, my wife and I, we're pretty much on good terms. We're communicating better. Um, we're communicating better. Um, the friend, that friend that I spoke of earlier, we actually we're actually on good. We actually have the ability to establish a solid foundation in terms of this relationship. I actually told her that. I said I knew we were gonna cross paths again, because it's just the way it ended. It didn't feel finished. It felt as if we both had something to say, but we just cut it short. Cut it short to avoid hurting each other. But through our conversation on Friday, all is good, man, and it's not the same. And I told her that. I said, to be honest, if we happen to become friends again, it's not going to be the same, and I don't want it to be the same, because now I'm gonna, I'm placing boundaries on, I'm placing boundaries on every relationship now, to ensure the security of my being and my peace, as well as the person I'm in a relationship with. But I let her know that, and she completely understood because she's doing the same thing. But sometimes it just takes something chaotic to happen to get you to like see and understand like what's really valuable in your life, like what's really going on, what do I really want? Because like when one thing goes, another thing comes. um and for us, well, I got a message just now. Yeah, but for us, just to be without something, it seems as if it's like something that's irreplaceable, but we have the ability to transmute. We have the ability to transmute the undesirable and the favorable into the desirable and the favorable. So if something does exit your life, you have the ability to replace it with something even greater. So that's what I did. That's what she did. And it's working, man. It's working. Like we literally manifested the circumstances and the situations that we envisioned for ourselves. Really, like we genuinely did that. And I'm so proud of her for like finally putting her big girl pants on and actually making the moves that she want to make in her life. I'm so proud of her for that because that's all I genuinely wanted. That's all I wanted. Um, that's all I really wanted, man. I don't. I just like people. I just like people, man. I like seeing people win. I like seeing people win more than I like seeing myself win. And I don't know. That's just something that I really value, honor, and respect about myself. I actually care about people. I give a damn about people. And the reason is this, because I am a representative of humanity. I'm a representative of peace. I'm a representative of individuality. I'm a representative of authenticity and self-expression. I am a representative of planet Earth. Um, it's my desire, my passion to just see people thriving, to see people living in their light, living in their truth, being authentic, knowing that they are love itself, knowing that they are light and soul and abundance and everything that's everything and everything that's beautiful. I just like when people tap into that energy, man. I really do. But shit, what was the video about initially? Let me see. I'm trying to see. Let me see. Because I don't know. I like talking so much that I just like lose my train of thought. So let me bring it back. Let me see. Let me see. I don't know. I can't get it back right now. So I guess I'm just end the video with that. Much light, much love, much peace. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.